Thank you so much for joining me today at Everyday Yoga. My name is Christine. My pronouns are she and her, and this is a live Zoom recording of a class that we are going to practice relax and restore in this evening. Well, it's evening here. I don't know what time it is when you're watching this, but good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So I've got a bolster, couple of blocks, couple of small pillows of different densities. Grab whatever you have around the house that you think might fulfill some of those roles if you don't have blocks and bolsters and specific yoga stuff. We're going to do a hip opening, shoulder opening, neck supportive, just yummy, delicious practice. So let's go ahead and start down on our backs. And we'll just point the knees up towards the sky here. And take the feet out as wide as the mat. And then allow the knees to just fall towards one another. So they kind of kiss here at the center line. And you might need to adjust your feet a little bit depending on your particular anatomy in order to get those knees to comfortably fall in and support each other, just so that it's effortless. The knees are supporting each other. You don't have to really do anything. And you might already notice how this hip flexor, the front of the hips, already starts to release. And you might want to bring your hands to your belly, or maybe you want to open your arms up towards the sky. Whatever feels comfortable for you here to begin with. And we'll just begin to counteract the effects of the day. Maybe closing the eyes for a moment. And just scanning your body. Noticing any places where you might be tight or tense or gripping or clenching, and see where you can soften. And just let things begin to settle down. And you might notice that your breath begins to deepen. You might want to actively deepen the breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth with a nice big sigh. Maybe do that a couple of times. Allowing yourself to soften with every exhale. And then come back to breathing in and out through the nose, and maybe press into the triceps just enough to press the back of the head into the mat. Lift those shoulder blades and hug them in toward one another and down towards the back pockets. And then lift the head just enough to gently tuck the chin so that the neck is nice and long here. And this might be enough here to open up the hip flexors, but 99% of us spend a lot of time seated, and this contracts these muscles in this area, which can compromise the low back and the hamstrings. And so opening up the front of the body here can be really helpful for that. So if you want to get a little deeper, you can press into the soles of the feet and grab a block or a firm pillow. Lift the hips just enough to tuck your prop right underneath the tailbone, not so that you're resting on the tip, but maybe so that the long edge, the flattest position, is kind of about where a belt would be if you wore sort of medium rise jeans. Not super low, but not way up high either. Make some adjustments till you find yourself nice and comfortable and firmly supported by your prop. If this becomes too much, go ahead and take that prop out at any time. And then come back to that supported, constructive rest pose with the knees supporting one another, and maybe even begin to inch the feet away from the sit bones a little bit to allow a little more opening in the front. And while you're here, let's go ahead and get in touch with the breath. In yoga, the Sanskrit word for breath is prana. And that's prana, little p, breath, but big P, prana, is life force. So as you inhale that breath, that prana, know that you are also inhaling oxygen and energy and life, that life force. Inhaling, bringing oxygen to every cell of your body. Just bringing your inner awareness to the workings of that process, inhaling oxygen through the nose and into the lungs, where it gets passed into the bloodstream and circulates all around the body, infusing every cell with prana, life force. And if you want to get a little deeper into those hips, maybe begin to stretch out long through one leg. And then maybe the other. And maybe if your hands are on your belly, you might want to open them up to the sky here, or maybe even reach them up overhead, allowing that counter balance to happen between the arms and the legs, and just draping your hips across your support. And if you're not on a support, just stretching out nice and long and allowing yourself to inhale here, expanding, and as you exhale, just let it go. Wet noodle, arms and legs here, super duper soft. And just find a nice, soft, balanced breath here. Inhaling. And then as you exhale, maybe matching the length of your exhale to the length of the inhale. Counting to yourself how long it takes you to inhale. And then counting the same amount for every exhale. Let's try to move with that breath, just finding the intention as we practice together to really focus on the breath as prana, as life force, and allow it to permeate our bodies, and really give your full attention to linking that breath with the movement, letting it be a moving meditation for you. So if you practiced with me before, you may have done banana asana. So let's go ahead and draw the right hand towards the left hand and draw the right foot towards the left foot over your support here, or flat on your back if this is not comfortable. If you do want to get a little bit deeper into that right side body, you can hold on to the right wrist with the left hand and cross the right ankle over the left. And whether you're flat or draped across your support here, just breathe into that right side body. All the way through, expanding the ribs, expanding the hip, finding length all the way down the leg and up the arm and the armpit, everywhere. Expanding the right side and letting it soften a little bit more. Then we'll inhale back to center. And then as we exhale, we'll bring the hands and feet over towards the right corners of the mat. Staying here for just a moment before you go any deeper to allow the body to adjust. And then maybe crossing the left ankle over the right and holding that left wrist with the right hand. And opening up in those hips a little bit more. 2 full breaths here, expanding into the left side body. Keeping your gaze up towards the sky or maybe looking out over towards the right, if that feels good in the neck. And then we'll inhale back to center, bring the soles of the feet back to the mat, press into the feet, gently lift the hips just enough to lift them off of your support. Set it aside, but keep it close just in case. And then we'll set those hips back down to the earth. Take the knees or the feet as wide as the mat. Open up the arms in a nice wide T and windshield wiper those knees gently from side to side. Palms up or palms down here, whatever feels good to you. You might take your gaze over to the right as the knees come to the left. And vice versa. Inhaling as you bring the knees and the gaze up to the sky and exhaling as you twist to each side. And then we'll inhale back to center and exhale one knee at a time in towards the heart. Give yourself a little bit of a squeeze here, rocking back and forth gently. Get a little organic here, seeing if you draw those knees a little farther away from the heart. Notice how that changes the massage on the back. And it feels really super good. Take it to a place where it feels really super good. Knees close, knees far away, rocking back and forth, maybe making little circles with one hip and then the other. Maybe making little circles with the knees on the ceiling in one direction. Cupping those knees, the palms if you like, or releasing the hands away if you want to tap a little bit more into that core. And then reverse the circles if you're making circles, or take whatever movements you need to take to balance yourself out here. And then we'll go ahead and inhale, stretching everything out nice and long once again. And rotate those ankles and rotate the wrists. And then we'll bend the knees and draw them in towards the heart once again. And we'll bring the hands to the back of the thighs and we'll just rock and roll up and down the spine, getting a little bit more of a massage here. And if this doesn't feel good, just roll over to one side or the other, and we're going to come up to a nice tall seat. But allow it to be fun if this does feel good, because it is fun. It can be fun. It can feel a little silly the first time you do it, but the sillier, the better. The more fun, the better. So let's come into a nice seat here, and you can sit in any way that's comfortable for you, up on a block or a cushion or a bolster, cross-legged in Sukhasana or Siddhasana with one heel stacked in front of the other. And just kind of lift up on the sit bones and adjust yourself so that you feel even in the hips. And we're gonna inhale nice and tall here in the spine. Let those shoulders come away from the ears and allow the elbows to be heavy and tap back into that nice balanced breath. We're just going to do a little pranayama here since we're focused on our prana. Pranayama is a breath practice. And let's do 20 connected breaths. And so what that will look like is we'll inhale and exhale quickly 4 times. And then on the 5th round, you inhale long, exhale long. You do that whole sequence 4 times. And when you're done, you do 1 big inhale, 1 big exhale, and then let it go. So I'll do 1 round here just to demonstrate. And you can inhale fast. You can do these faster or slower than I'm doing. And if at any time it makes you feel anxious or you just don't want to do it, then just go back to your nice balanced breath. So to begin, you'll just take an inhale to prepare. And it'll look like that's 1 round. We'll do that 4 times and then 1 full breath and then let it go. Here we go. When you release, just come back to your regular breath and just notice what you feel. Can you feel the energy buzzing in your body? Do you feel a little warmer? Any tingling? Just notice maybe what you feel moving, if you feel anything, which you might not. You probably are feeling your prana moving throughout you, around you, within you. You can practice that breath anytime, nice and fast and strong if you want to get invigorated, or maybe nice and slow and soft if you want to calm down. Let's go ahead and really draw up nice and straight here. Let's take that right ear over towards the right shoulder. And then we'll bring the chin down to the chest. Inhale the left ear over to the left shoulder. And exhale, maybe looking up towards the sky, opening the throat if that's okay on the neck. And then inhale, right ear to the right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest, moving in circles with your breath at your speed. And the next time you bring the chin down to the chest, go ahead and reverse the circles. Inhaling right ear to right shoulder, exhaling, looking up towards the sky. Inhaling left ear, left shoulder, and exhaling back down. Even things out, finding balance in the number and the intensity of the rotations. And the next time you come chin to chest, we'll stay here and just allow that head to be nice and heavy and allow the shoulder blades to come down the back. Press into the sit bones and draw the tips of the ears up towards the sky. And the next time you inhale, go ahead and bring the head to the top of the spine. And then we'll walk those right fingertips out towards the right. Inhale, bringing the left fingertips up towards the sky. And as you exhale, we'll hinge over towards the right. Pressing that left sit bone down to the earth, even as you reach those fingertips up towards the sky. Breathing here. Next time we inhale, we'll rotate the heart up towards the sky. And exhale, coming back to face forward again. Inhale, fingertips up to the sky, and exhale to release that left arm down. Let's take those left fingertips out towards the side, and we'll inhale the right fingertips up towards the sky, and exhale, hinging over towards the left, anchoring that right sit bone down to the earth. Take a breath or two here, getting long through the right side body. And then as we inhale again, we'll rotate the heart up towards the sky, looking up beyond the tricep. Exhale, rotating back to face forward again. Inhaling up to the sky and exhale to release. And then we'll inhale, walking that right hand out a little farther and lifting those left fingertips up towards the sky. Stay for that exhale and then hinge forward, bringing the left arm forward as you inhale, sweeping that left arm over to the left. Staying for the exhale and inhaling right fingertips up towards the sky. Stay for that exhale and then inhale down and around, bringing the right hand back to the right. Exhale once you get there, and then inhale, fingertips up towards the sky. And we'll just keep moving from side to side, sweeping the arms around. Again, letting this be nice and organic and moving with the breath and feeling into all the places in the back and the hips and the arms that are getting that beautiful, delicious opening stretch as you move in this slow and deliberate way. And the next time we sweep those arms back to the right, we'll inhale the left fingertips up to the sky and exhale to release both arms down. Let's switch the cross of the legs wherever you are. Again, finding balance here in those hips. And we'll rotate the shoulders up and forward and down. Getting some shoulder rolls in this direction before we roll them up and back and down, opening up through the heart, making space for the lungs to expand with every breath. Let's inhale the arms up high to the sky, and then we'll exhale, hands to heart. Let's go ahead and inhale back up to the sky, and we'll stretch the legs out nice and long. You might need to rotate how you're sitting on your mat so you have plenty of space and you're kind of centered here. And we'll find Dandasana. The legs can be bent here. You might even want to have pillows or a rolled up blanket or something underneath the knees here, or you can be sitting up on a cushion to give your hips a little bit more height and a little bit more space. Either way, you want to have those feet nice and active and those toes pointing up towards the sky, and find that nice long Tadasana spine as you walk those fingertips out to the sides. Letting the shoulders come down from the ears, tucking the chin. We'll inhale the arms up high to the sky, finding your victorious pose. And exhale, hinging forward at the hips. Inhale here, drawing the heart forward, and exhale to release the fingertips down towards the mat. Stay here, allowing the head to soften and round towards the knees, or if you want to get a little bit deeper, you can continue to inhale, drawing the heart forward, And exhale, bringing the heart a little closer to the legs. You might want to reach out for the feet and draw your heart even closer. Wherever you are, go ahead and let the head be heavy, opening up through the front of the body. And if you like, you can bring a bolster in between the heart and the thighs here to allow yourself to rest more fully into this position, into this asana. We're going to stay here for 3 more full breaths, finding length in the back body. Opening up through each vertebrae. Allowing the back to expand as you inhale, allowing the head to get heavier as you exhale. And then we'll inhale, walking the fingertips up, rising to your tall spine again. And then we'll bring that right foot to the inside of the left thigh, letting the knee come open to the right here. And we'll find your nice tall spine once again. Inhaling up, taking your arms alongside the ears into our nice V position here. And exhaling to hinge forward. Making that same slow incremental journey down to whatever depth here serves you best. Again, you can use a bolster here to rest the heart on. Or you can just allow that spine to round forward, allowing the arms to be soft. Or you might want to reach for that left foot and really use the strength of your arms to press back into the low foot or low back as you hold on to that foot. And if you want to get even deeper and you have a block nearby, you can place the block on the bottom of the sole of the foot and bring the fingers around the block as you draw the head down towards the left leg. Whatever position serves your body here is the perfect one for you. I've been practicing this position 3 times a week for 5 years now. So if you're not as deep as I am, then let that be the case, because there was a time when I could not get anywhere near here. When you're ready, release whatever you've built and inhale yourself back up to a nice tall spine. And we'll go ahead and twist over to the right, bringing that left hand to the top of the right knee and swimming that right arm back behind you. Maybe looking back over the right shoulder, maybe popping up onto the fingertips here. Really find those toes of the left foot pointed up towards the sky. Inhaling, finding length in the spine, and exhaling to soften or deepen into that twist. Let your focus be on where this feels really delicious here. Find ease in this place. Well, inhale, rotating back, heart in line with that left hand, bringing the arms alongside the ears. And then we'll bring the right hand back down to the earth again and inhale, pressing the hips up towards the sky and drawing that left arm up and over the left ear. Opening up towards the heart, opening up the belly, the front side of the body. Taking the gaze down to the earth or up to the sky or anywhere in between that serves your neck today. Breathe into that left side body just like we did at the beginning of practice in our banana asana. And the next time you exhale, we'll release the hips back down towards the earth. Stretch both legs out nice and long. Shake them out a little bit. And then we'll draw the sole of the left foot into the right side of the thigh, or inside of the right thigh. And we'll bring that spine in alignment with the right leg. Maybe walk those fingertips out to the side and find your nice tall spine. We'll inhale the arms high to the sky in our victorious pose, and exhale, hinging forward, finding whatever depth of this asana, this Paschimotto asana, feels good, or actually Ardha Paschimotto asana. Whatever part of this speaks to you and feels good to your body, but allowing yourself to slowly go through one level, one krama of this at a time, so that your body can gradually adjust rather than just being rudely slammed from one position to the next. Let's let it be gentle and loving. Walking yourself down until you feel ready to release the weight of the head towards the earth. Maybe reaching for that right foot, maybe not. And you might find that you can get a little bit deeper on this second side, or maybe not quite as deep. Breathe here. Maybe using that bolster if that felt good. One more full breath wherever you are. And then release whatever you've built and begin to walk yourself back up to that nice tall spine, twisting over to the left, bringing the right hand to the top of the left thigh and finding your twist, finding that active right foot with the toes pointed to the sky, and inhaling, lengthen the spine, tucking that chin, exhaling to soften or deepen as you move into your twist. Finding a couple nice long breaths here. And then we'll inhale back in alignment with the right leg, arms alongside the ears. Exhale, releasing that left hand down to the earth and inhaling to press the hips up towards the sky. Finding that beautiful rainbow shape here on the right side of the body. Inhaling and lengthening and expanding the left side. Inhaling breath and energy and oxygen and prana. One more full breath here. And exhaling to release the hips back down to the earth. Stretch both legs out nice and long. Find your Paschimotto asana. Feet pointed up towards the sky. Gentle bend in the knees. We'll inhale the arms high to the sky. And exhale, folding forward one last time and just noticing where you are. You might find you have a little more ease here. You might find yourself wanting a little more depth here. You might find yourself deciding that this time you do want to use a bolster. Sighing whenever it seems appropriate to you and feels good in your body, giving your nervous system a signal that now is a good time to heal. And then we'll inhale back up to a nice tall spine. And as we exhale, we can draw the soles of the feet in toward one another. Finding your Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Really holding on to the ankles or the toes here. Finding length in that spine. Maybe Flapping your little butterfly wings here. Maybe finding a gentle cat-cow movement in the back. Inhaling to lift the heart and arch the back, and exhaling, rounding back, finding your cat back, really pressing space in between the shoulder blades. Inhaling cow, maybe opening up through the throat here. Exhaling cat. Chin to chest, belly button to spine, making space between the shoulders. And then just moving with your breath, finding that nice balanced breath, moving really slowly and just really treasuring every last bit of wonderful stretching you feel. Savoring it. That's the word I was looking for. Savor that stretch. And the next time we inhale, we'll come back to that nice tall spine. And then as we exhale, we'll draw those knees back together and center yourselves on the mat. We'll find our way down to our backs once again here. You can rock and roll down, you can just lay down. If you want to tap into that core, you can roll down one vertebrae at a time, using your strength to get down to the mat, and wherever you are, however you get there, stretch everything out long. Opening up through the front of the hips once more, rotating ankles and wrists once more. And then we'll come back to that knees high to the sky, soles of the feet to the earth position. But this time, let's keep the legs parallel here and allow the arms to come down to the mat, hands on the earth on either side of the hips. Maybe draw those heels in a little bit closer to the sit bones, and we're just going to come into bridge pose for a moment. Let's begin by just rocking the pelvis back and forth, finding that kind of cat-cow sensation in the low back, arching the back, lifting the back as you inhale, and as you exhale, pressing the small of the back to the earth. Just rocking back and forth. And the next time we inhale here, we'll open up the heart. And as we exhale, we'll round that back, press into the feet, and lift the hips up towards the sky. Let's go ahead and stay here, pressing into the feet, lifting the hips. Maybe clasping the hands underneath the back by kind of walking the shoulders in towards one another, interlacing the fingers, and really pressing into the shoulders, pressing into the triceps here, pressing into the hands as you lift the hips, this sort of counteracting of pressing down even as you lift up, and lift the gaze towards the sky here and lift the heart towards the chin. And just notice that opening in the front of the hips and the releasing in the low back. Let go of whatever effort you're putting into here and find your nice balanced breath and allow yourself to find ease here. If you have your hands clasped, switch the clasp, bringing the opposite thumb on top. One more full breath here as you lift just a little bit higher. And we'll exhale to release everything down to the earth. Drawing those knees in towards the heart and rocking side to side once again. And then we'll hold on to that left knee as we send the right leg out long. We'll just open that left knee out towards the side and open the right arm out towards the right. We'll inhale here, expanding through the front body. And exhale, twisting the left knee over towards the right. Sending that left arm out long and gazing out over the left palm. Bringing your right or left foot down to the earth or the inside of your knee or a block or a pillow. Some kind of support. 2 breaths here. And then we'll inhale everything back to center. Knees to chest, nose to knees, making a little ball, and then holding on to the right leg. We'll send the left leg out long. We'll inhale, expanding through the front body, sending that right knee over towards the right and the left arm over towards the left. And the next time we exhale, we'll twist over to the right or left. I do know my sides, I think. Right knee to the left, right arm out to the right, gaze over the right palm, finding your twist here. One more full breath. And then we'll inhale everything back up to center. Nose to knees, knees to nose, rocking gently from side to side. And we're going to take our final Shavasana in a supported fish pose. A nice heart opening pose. Today is February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. And I know a few people who did not get to celebrate on Valentine's Day. So supported fish, you can use a couple of blocks by bringing one block to the shoulder blades and then the other block for the head to rest on, or you can use a bolster. So I'll show a couple different ways. So if your neck likes it, you can go ahead and bring a block in its lowest position to the shoulder blades and drape the heart over the block, allowing the back of the head to come to the earth. If your head does not like that, or your neck doesn't like that, you can take a second block on its medium setting and put it right underneath the head. So the heart is still open here, but the head and neck have some support. Third option is to take your bolster or a rolled up blanket or a rolled up towel or something, and to place it in the same spot underneath the shoulder blades. If it's really thick like mine is, you might want to take your block in its medium or high setting even to support the head. If it's not super thick, or if your neck can tolerate it, you can just let the arms be open to either side and allow the throat be open. So whatever speaks to you here. And again, just like at the beginning when we did the supported bridge pose, if none of those feel good to you, just find your regular, hardcore, you know it feels good Shavasana. You can have your knees in that constructive rest pose like we had at the beginning, with the feet as wide as the mat and the knees supporting one another. Or you might want to open up your arms to the sky and send the legs out long. Find a place that supports you for this final resting position. And let's just let go of everything. Let go of our practice thus far. Maybe bringing in a sense of relief that we are almost at the end and about to begin something new once we get off the mat. And as we lay here together, letting the nutrients of our practice settle in, letting all the prana that we have created, the life force that we have stirred up to settle in. Let's just visualize a place that you might associate with calm, with rejuvenation, with life. I'm thinking the beach. I live in Oregon and I'm close to the Oregon coast and I don't get there nearly enough, but when I do, it is one of my very happiest places. And that doesn't speak to you. Imagine your happy place, some place where you can be, maybe out in nature, maybe not. And just visualize yourself there, listening to the sounds around you, smelling the air, maybe feeling the wind. Maybe it's a nice warm breeze, or maybe it feels good to have a little chill in the air for you. Maybe you can feel the sun touching your skin. Allow your imagination to create that place for you, a place you've been, or maybe you want to go, or maybe it is just in your imagination. Maybe finding a little smile on your lips, as you know that you can bring yourself here in your mind whenever time allows, whenever you so desire. And if you just heard sounds around you that were loud and noisy, it's just my neighborhood sounds. So we'll just take a couple more breaths here, luxuriating and savoring this place. Breathing the fresh air that we find here. And when you're ready, rolling to one side or the other off your support and setting it away from you. And then stretching everything out nice and long, wiggling fingers and toes and rotating wrists and ankles. And then you can either roll to whatever side serves you best or rock and roll up and down the spine one more time. Getting one last massage in. And then we'll come up to a nice tall seat. Let's find Dandasana, this nice balanced position here. And we'll walk those fingertips out to the side as we reestablish that nice, long, beautiful spine. Those toes pointing up to the sky. Maybe finding that inner smile or a gentle smile upon your face. So we lift the arms up towards the sun with an inhale. Bring the palms together and exhale, hands to heart. And let's just make that gentle mudra here today, from my heart to yours. Recording this the day after Valentine's Day, that little heart shape that you can make with your fingertips together and your thumbs together. We'll just bring that right down in front of the heart here. From my heart to yours, all the love and light that is within me sees and honors the love and light that is within you. May the rest of your day be filled with joy. Namaste.